Hello, hello friends. This is a third video of Power BI, and we are right now focusing on the relationship establishment, and we actually made the relationship and all this stuff. We are I done certain processes, so I make this video super fast, efficient, powerful, and you internalize entire process in seconds. So this is what uh, we done. Whatever I done, I just want to elaborate about it. So what actually is needed? I'm sharing my screen so you will get understanding about what to do in this particular data set. This is a third video. In the previous two videos, we established the certain relationship and load the data at a certain degree. Now we just work on it at a massive scale, so we get the understanding how things work. So basic prep step, we are preparing the data. Like, we got this much of, we already imported this much of category, customers, order details, order, payment, product, shipper, and suppliers. We actually made a load of this particular data set. So you can see from here, we made all the data set from the get data, and we get the data actually. This is the thing. So what is the basic steps? Just realize it. So the realize for the realization purposes, I made the one PDF, so we can move to the one PDF to the another, and we can got the understanding about what I done and what we have to do in order to make the great Power AI presentation. So it's basically the how to deal with the how to clean the data in a Power BI. That is what our perspective is. So load the data from CSV file. This is a great stuff. This is a great stuff. So what we done it, we load the data from the using this get data function. You can see it. We already done it. We just take the CSV button and just try to connect it, and the entire file manager will open, and we can select any of the particular material, and we done here in this particular way. So in the right hand side, we can see with the same procedure we done and make this possible to make importation of the table. Then the open Power Query editor and transform the data. We done these things. We what we done is basically we gone into the transform data, and just detect the data type, use first column as a header, and detect the detection of the data type, managing the data type in inside every column. Like the supplier ID should have the text data type, company name should have text data type, city do that text data type. If data type is needed, we will find and see the date data type as well. So data type management, the null value elimination, and uh, null value fill in means imputing the value into it. We done all the processes. So then the removing unnecessary columns, filtering rows, changing the data type, renaming the columns, removing the duplication, removing the blank rows. First rows, use first rows as a header. Like, many of the columns are there, and we just have to use the first rows as a column, and we got the basic row structure, then close and apply. So this is the particular thing we have to do. Then the relationship establishment between tables. So this is the relationship establishment we got. This is the pictorial representation. Let's go into the relationship side. Yes, this is a relationship view, and you can see the different relationship we establish, and how to establish a relationship. We already expanded entire things into the previous video, so you can go and watch it. So after the relationship, our work is actually being done afterwards. With the use of with the use of switch data, we have to make the total order amount. If if it is less than 500, then we should say that it is low, and if it is or between the 500 to 1000, it's a medium, and if it is more than 1000, it's a high, or otherwise it is unknown. So this is the row I generated, the order amount classification. So let's see this particular row. You can see, here in a report view, order amount classification. Where is order amount classification? This is the order amount classification. If I click on it, you can see that the high, low, medium, and if you want to see the text function, which is I utilized it. So this is the text function, which is also mentioned in the documentation as well. So when we see and you use this right commit button, we can make this particular. How I make it? Let's first of all click on any other table. If you want to make the column, then select the specific table, because at that particular table the row is will be formed. If you want to uh, want to, to want to make the measure, then you just have to do the right click and create new measure. So click on the right click. Here the new column and new measure is formed. So here the new column will be formed and working on it, and you can see these things. This particular things will be changed in here. We can make the code which we made, which you can see able to see previously. I will show it again so you can get the understanding. This is order amount classification. You can see that I made an entirely new rows, and this particular apex means if the help of this particular function we made it, and do it just to categorize the entire orders into high, low, and uh, high, low, and medium. So let's see these things. Let's put it local transport here. You got the understanding that the maximum orders are the high order. Yeah, maximum order are the high order. Very few orders are the low orders as well. So you get the understanding that the maximum people buy from one more than $1,000, purchased more than $1,000, and we developed this particular thing with the switch functions. So let's read the entire question again. To use the switch function to create a calculator column that classify the total order amount into three categories: low, medium, and low, high. Means with the utilization of switch function is basically the alternative of the if function. If function, what if function is do? It's like if it's like a nested if, like if this condition not work, use this. If then this condition not work, use this. In the similar way, the switch function actually works. So what we have to do is like we have to first give the column name, which is this. If you can see that this is the column name, which is order amount classification, which is column name I've given. So the whatever column is generated, the name of the column will be the order amount classification. Then the switch function we have to utilize inside this particular switch function. If you can see this, so entire parentheses are there, one left hand parenthesis and right hand parenthesis. Inside the parentheses, if the things is true, then what to do? Like if the things is true means if the total order amount 500 is less than 500, then use the low. Then the comma, which indicate the second statement will start. Then the total order amount, if it is between the 500 to 1000, use the medium. And if the total order amount is more than 1000, then it is a high. And if it is not written or like certain different thing, then use the column, you use the unknown. It is simply like a if function, and in this way we can utilize switch function as well. So and this particular column is generated. Then now the second question is like a total revenue for the specific customer. Means basically what is the total revenue from the US specific customer? What is the task? Create a measure that calculate the total revenue generated by the customers who live in the United States. Means inside the United States, inside the United States, whoever the customer, like when we go into the company owner want to know that like in a which particular field, means in a which particular area our product sale happen at which level, what is the revenue generation from this particular area, what is the data what data is indicating, what is the causality behind the loss, what is the causality behind the profit, what is the mentality of the customer, how the customer is behaving, and what is the problem statement of the customer as well. So all the things we have to manage. So with the help of the total revenue measure is basically don't get the get the space, create a measure that calculate the total revenue generated by the customer who live in the United States and have made at least two orders. Whoever made two orders should be at least should be made two orders. Then and then if let's think, like if customer only made a one order 5 years ago, then probably targeting those customer is not so good option. So use the if function to create a measure that filter customer based on their country and order count, based on the country and order count, and then sums the total order amount for those customers. So you can see that we can use the calculate, and for the entire row we have to do the summations. That's the reason why in the sum x function the customers are there, and if customer country is United States and to end symbol is given, if the calculate count rows is more than two, and the sum of orders which indicate the customer given the two orders, and if the sum of orders in the total order amount, then use the sum of orders in the total order amount. This is an entire statement which is customer to country to the two, and if the thing is true, then we have to sum the total order amount from the orders table. Otherwise, we have to count as a zero. So this is what we done, and we got the great result. So let's see. Let's see. Total customer revenue US customer. Total customer revenue US customer. Let's see. Total customer revenue US customer, which is 6.07 billion. Total order amount, which is 91.2 million. What it indicates, like US is having a pretty good, like about around 10%, if I calculate it, around 10% of the things is going into the US. Let's take from the US background. If I put these things together, you can see still it is showing the high and control Z. I don't want to just do one more thing. If we do the state-wise analysis, let's take one thing. Uh, Total revenue for the US customer. How quickly you can generate the graphs. You can see these things. This is the US customer. What I want is basically the brand wise analysis. Let's do brand wise analysis. It's not generated properly, so let me reverse it in a proper way. So let's do 6.70 million, and then city wise analysis, or state columns. I think yes, this is a state column. So the majorly the name of cities we can see in this way. In this we can see that the state wise graph of the US in the similar way. So state wise revenue is generated in seconds with the help of with the help of this particular feature. We can expand very further, and we can get the attention of our employer. We can get the attention of our stakeholders, and we can generate a pretty much good graphs. So this assignment is very good. Now let's move towards the third portion, which is Yes, this is a 6.07 million we generated. Can change the visuals as well. Yeah. Then the third part is the concatenation of the customer details task. So use the concatenate function to create a calculator column that combines the first name, last name, and city of each customer into the single string. Means what is the demand? Is like we want a column which have all the memories, like first name of the customer, last name of the customer, and the city where the customer is living. We want to sum up all the things in a, we want to concat, we want to combine all the things in a one particular column. So what we have to do is like we have to just uh, give the column name, which is customer details, concatenate. We have to use concatenate and put it in parentheses. Like you can see the concatenate customer first name and space. Then the comma, then the concatenate customer last name, then the space and customer city. So in this way, we can generate the better insights. Let's see customer details. Where is customer details? Here the customer details. Yeah. You can see the first name, last name, and city. And it is very big graph because many of the customers are there. So we are not here making the great. What we are making basically is just a uh, just a just a just so we can get the gist of the entire project. This is what we are making. Then quarterly revenue means in every company the quarterly revenue will be there. Like if they actually it's not a, they has basically the feedback mechanism in a company very fast. Like why company go because grow, why company grow because companies often have a feedback mechanism and many feedback to the employee, to the from the customer which is gained uh, according to the every 3 months the company should uh, have should definitely do certain decision which decide the trajectory. So the fast feedback mechanism is needed, and do that reason the companies actually often do the quarterly revenue check. What is the performance happen in an entire quarter? This is the particular thing company actually checking. So quarterly revenue task use the next to time intelligence function to create a measure that display the total revenue generated in each quarter of the year. Instruction use total QTD to calculate the total revenue for each quarter. So with the help of it, like we made the quarterly revenue column, and use the total quarterly function, sum of orders, total order amount, order date. So in this way, in the fourth quarter, entire thing is divided. We got the gist of it. So quarterly revenue, it's a great measure to see the see the growth of the company. Let's see quarterly revenue. It's like whatever the quarterly revenue average quarterly revenue is there. We can see the gist of it. This is the very important thing. So in this way we can got the idea. In this way we can elaborate any DEX function. What you have to do is like you just specify your question and give to the ChatGPT. ChatGPT will give the DEX function and use it. It will be a great process. You just have to understand what actually things happen under the hood and how it is impact into the business plan of the company. So product quality classification. Then you use if function to create a calculated column that display a message indicating whether a product is high quality or rating is four, more than four, or low quality. Mm. So quality, for the quality identification, what is the customer reviews? What is the feedback? If we want to understand the gist of the product, then we have to see the customer reviews. And customer, if given the less than four ranking, and if customer given the more than four ranking, then this is the very important thing. Answer: product quality. If product rating is more than four, high quality, otherwise it is low quality. So product quality, where is this particular thing? It will be in a product quality. Yes, we made it this column already. So high quality and low quality. And let's divide it in a US customer use. Like almost a similar graph we can see. So in this way we can get the gist of it. I deleted it. I want to make it very sustainable, very powerful. Let's let's get the understanding of uh don't go into the last name and all this stuff, and just get the understanding of it. Let's do the brand wise analysis. That will be great. Yeah, high quality, high quality, high quality, high quality. You can get the understanding. There are a lot of brands and lot of things are high quality. Then it will start the low quality as well. So in this way, we can get the idea. We can get the gist of it. So this is very important. You can expand different. Then we can find the ranking of the product. Then orders by the postal code. In a different postal code, how many orders are generated? Like different graphs are there. So we can explore the um, Power BI at a massive scale. I just given the gist of the idea about how the visualization and how the particular things work, how the DAX function is eventually working under the hood. So you can explore it. So whatever the question is coming in your mind, just use ChatGPT, use your own mind, and do practice of the text function, and you can definitely generate a good amount of graphs and get the basic insights actually. And when you get more experience, you will get the more insights as well. So this is the great thing about the Power BI. I completed it very fast pace because this is a third video, and hope this particular video gives you a value. Thank you so much for listening. Hope uh, uh, you already subscribed to me. And if you're not, subscribe, like, share, and comment. This literally motivate me at a massive scale. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just make it great. Just make it great.